Bob Marshall from LakeCAM here, and we are with Aaron Burke from the Freetown Lakeville Educational Foundation. Is that correct?
Yes, Lakeville Education Foundation.
Very good. And Aaron, could you tell us a little bit about what the purpose of FLEF is?
About 2 years ago, I got together with a group of parents in Lakeville initially to start an education foundation for the purpose of raising money to provide grants to teachers within the district. Before we'd fully regionalized, there was talk of just having one specific to Lakeville, and then we actually held off until that happened, the full regionalization, to try to use it as a way to reach out to Freetown to get everybody on the same page district-wide. So it took us a while. We did this event last year. It was really our first event. And we raised some money, and we got some traction. We got more interest from the parent community. Although we're always looking for anybody, it doesn't have to be a parent, to get involved, to help out. We made it our mission to raise money for that purpose. And we actually just completed our first grant cycle for the district. And we're giving away five $500 grants, $2,500 total, to the teachers at the end of October.
Oh, that is very exciting. So the teachers from within the district can apply to the FLEF and ask for X amount of dollars to fund a particular project.
Correct, yes. And our goal is to try to enhance the curriculum, provide resources that maybe aren't there within the budget so that a teacher can provide better quality education.
Do something special that they wouldn't ordinarily be able to do. What a very intriguing idea. What was the genesis of all that? How did it, whose idea was it? How did it come to be? You said it started about 2 years ago, and we are here, by the way, folks, at the IronChef, second annual IronChef. We'll more about that in a minute, which is a fundraiser. How did all of this get started? Whose idea?
Well, I think that it was a combination of different people. I mean, I had the idea, but it's certainly not a new idea. I mean, a lot of communities have education foundations. I talked with, early on when I was on the school committee, I talked with Dave McQueenie, who was a member of the school committee at the time, about the same idea. And at the time, bounced it off John McCarthy, the superintendent at the time, who said, every district I've worked in has had an education foundation, and once you get traction, those foundations were raising between, say, $50,000 and $60,000 a year to give back to their districts. From there, I actually got plugged in with a guy named Craig Dutra, who's from the Southeastern Massachusetts Community Foundation, and he knew 4 or 5 education foundations in the area and invited me to go to a meeting with them to share ideas and learn how to get traction within the community. So, I mean, I think there was a lot of people, and there was other people. Derek Grasha from Freetown had the idea too, and I think
so. A number of different people had
it really, the timing had to be right, and I think once the timing was right, everything kind of fell into place. And there's a whole host of people that are involved on the board of directors that they're, while they didn't necessarily think of it, their time has been invaluable to getting this thing off the ground and successful. Karen Quinn, who's here tonight, Gail McKinnon, who's here tonight, Regina Garland, who will be here tonight, they've helped me really shape this and will continue to push it forward until we meet our goals.
Terrific. And by the way, if someone wants to donate to the Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation, how would they do that?
We have a website, and the URL escapes me, but if you Google Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation, it will come up. We're a nonprofit organization, so any donation is tax deductible. So that's obviously a benefit. We're a charity, so I mean, my thinking is, why not give money to a charity that directly improves the quality of life in your community. That was kind of one of the ideas behind it. So that would be the best thing. If you just Google FLEF, Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation, you can take it from there.
Thank you, Aaron. Much appreciated. Folks, we're next here with Karen Quinn, who's a member of the Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation. Karen, this is quite an event, the IronChef competition, as it were. And Aaron was telling us earlier that you're actually preparing to award some grants to some teachers. You must be very excited about getting this whole thing off the ground.
We're very excited. We started this endeavor up about a year ago, and honestly it was started up by a bunch of volunteers and parents that we were kind of frustrated with budget cuts and things that were happening in the schools, so we decided to try to do something positive, and we basically put together the Education Foundation with the idea that through individual donors, corporate donors, and going after corporate grants, we could pool together some funds that are then available to go back to teachers as grants and to support different programs and technology and events and things that help students and really instill a love of learning.
And you've already had some teachers who have applied for these grants, and you're soon to award some of them, is that right?
Absolutely. We actually opened up our first grant cycle about a month ago. We've got a number of grants. We're going to be evaluating those and awarding those by the end of the month.
Terrific. And I understand that we have some entries that won. What cupcake wars were these now?
Oh, the Cupcake Wars. This is actually something that Maria Martin, who I'm sure you know, she's one of our teachers at Assawamsett Elementary School, and this was one of her ideas, is that when Assawamsett Elementary celebrated their 100th anniversary last year, they wanted to do something fun to get the community members and some students involved. So we actually did a cupcake competition, and there was an adult level, which mine won. There was 3 people in it, so it's not that much to brag about. But there were dozens of kids who entered, and it was great fun. They had a lot of creativity with the flavors, with the decorations. It was wonderful, and it was a way for them to get involved. And it also, the entry fee went to the Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation. So it was a lot of fun. Last year we did it in the fall. We're looking at doing this in the spring and getting a lot of kids involved, and we're hoping we can try to branch it out from Assawamsett as well and try to get more kids at different schools involved.
Terrific. I was at those cupcake wars, and I must say it was a bloody battle for sure. I think I remember these, and they were quite tasty. Congratulations on winning the war, and congratulations on the Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation.
Thank you so much for coming out and for your ongoing support. We appreciate it.
Okay, folks, we're here at our first table with Ben Janowitz and Dave Worthley, both assistant principals here at Apponequet. And gentlemen, what do you have here for people's culinary delights?
We have a chicken apple chili that's in season, obviously, for your enjoyment.
Very good. Any of Mother's secret recipes involved here?
Well, we'd like to consider this the taste of autumn. It really, our parents would be displeased if we were to give all of our secrets away. Just know that the 2 main ingredients are love, trust, and respect.
Oh, I like that. Love, trust, and respect. And are there any special ways that you have to cook that in order to have it be most successful?
Slowly and with compassion.
Slowly and with compassion. Very creative, gentlemen. I'm impressed. Thank you.
We do our best. Enjoy.
Okay, let's see. Okay, folks, here we are with Dr. Starkey, principal of Apponequet High School. And Dr. Starkey, what have you cooked up here?
Well, I haven't cooked much, but I can certainly tell you that Jen Seberg down in Central Office and Chris Smith from Central Office as well have done quite a bit of work. We have a beef and chorizo stew made with love that we stole from them. We have fresh garden vegetables. Cookies affectionately known as pumpkin droppings or pumpkin poop. And then we have some mulled apple cider. The recommended order for eating: cookie, cider, stew, and remember, vote number 1. Vote number 1.
Vote number 1. Okay, and what's your number, gentlemen?
They're number 1 as well. They're number 1 as well.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
number 2 all around. Number 2 all around.
Terrific. Thank you, ladies. Okay, folks, we are here with Dr. Natalie Dunning, who's the Assistant Superintendent for Teaching and Learning, and Bethany Pinot, who's the, is that Pinot or Pinault? Pinault, okay, who's the principal of Grace, our intermediate school. And ladies, what do we have here tonight?
Well, we have a 4-course dinner on a little plate. We have sweet and sour kielbasa, a salad with a balsamic vinaigrette, a bruschetta made with fresh mozzarella and tomatoes and garlic, and a brownie bite with buttercream frosting and mint and a raspberry.
Very good. And how did we come up with this idea? Any family recipes involved here?
No?
Just right off the top of your creative heads, right?
Whatever we felt like cooking.
Terrific. Well,
We have a variety of tastes and textures, so we wanted to have a variety of things on the plate. And we brainstormed, and this is what we came up with.
very good. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Kim Sofrino, who's the principal of Freetown Elementary, and Paul LaBelle, who's the principal at Assawamsett. Both new members to the district. Welcome to Freetown Lakeville. Could you tell us a little bit about what you've got for the folks tonight?
We have a kale soup and a pumpkin soup, and the pumpkin soup has a cinnamon sugar rim.
It's a sipping soup.
Oh, I love kale soup. Oh, boy. So, well, not at the moment. Thank you. I have talents, but juggling a microphone and soup at the same time, I cannot do. Very good. Well, welcome to and here, folks. Let's make sure we get a shot of this. The super principals. Very clever. Thank you, folks. Here we are with David Goodfellow, member of the Freetown Lakeville Regional School Committee and reigning Iron Chef. Dave, what do you have for the folks here tonight?
I have a Korean braised short rib that's been marinating for overnight, anyways, in a Korean barbecue sauce. And I'm making some fresh kimchi with some, let's see, we have seasoned vinegar, a little bit of sesame oil and some mirin. And we're serving with a little lime juice, so a little flair there. And hopefully, hopefully someone else wins the Iron Chef because it's a terrible burden.
Oh, terrible burden.
To carry that, yes.
Okay, all year long now. Now, what?
I want to share the title, so.
What kind of duties did you? What kind of responsibilities did you have during the year? Did you have to go to various cooking shows and display your talents?
No, there was none, actually. None whatsoever. There was nothing
Just
involved
bragging
whatsoever.
rights.
Just bragging rights, and I'm a terrible winner, and everyone knows it. So they're really hoping someone else takes the title.
Terrific. Here we are with the queens of everything, our illustrious superintendent, Dr. Christine Nash, and her trusty sidekick, Amy Manzoni, executive assistant. And Dr. Nash, Amy, what do we have here for the folks tonight?
We have turkey pumpkin chili.
I see. Any of Grandma's secret recipes in here?
Secret recipes, these are all a new generation.
A new generation. So right off the internet, in other words.
The alternative to your average chili.
Very good. Very good. This is quite an event, the second annual Iron Chef. The first one was quite a success, and looking forward to raising some good money for the Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation. Very good. Thank you, ladies. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
We have Carolyn Gomes from the Freetown Lakeville Regional School District, school committee member. And Carolyn, what do you have for the folks tonight?
We have a little pulled pork. I made some homemade cornbread, some pulled pork, and then a sweet and spicy coleslaw. It's a little bit, it's a little bit different, but it's really good. It is, just in case I wasn't sure how many people to expect, so I came prepared.
There you go. Better to have too much than not enough. There you go. Excellent. Oh, I've been asking everybody, any of Grandma's secret recipes in?
I work with a Cape Verdean woman. She's an excellent, excellent cook. So, yeah, no Grandma's secrets, but a co-worker.
Very good. Thank you so much. Excellent. Thank you. Good luck. Next, we have Elizabeth Sullivan, assistant principal at Solovino. There we go. The Italian cuisine. The assistant principal at Freetown Lakeville Middle School.
Thank you.
Although you're not new, you've been around. And we have Dave Patoda, our principal at the middle school. Good to see you again, Dave. What do we have here for the folks?
We have garlic bread and pasta and Dave's famous Italian gravy with turkey meatballs.
Homemade gravy. So I've been asking most of the folks, any of Grandma's secret recipes. It's likely that we have one here. Is that right?
All the way back to Italy this goes. Absolutely.
Very good. And you are number 8. And 8 is great. I have to commend you on the music. Nice ambiance, folks. But certainly not least, we have a member of the school committee, Dave Davenport. And Dave, what are you serving up tonight?
These are from last year. They're no, they're not leftover from last year, but I'm bringing them back. They're called fataines, and they go from my wife's side of the family back at least 3 generations. Italian cookie. It's like a biscotti, but it's soft.
I think I remember having some of that last year. It was pretty good. And you made these yourself?
Yep.
Another pretty face, Dave.
Right, yeah, not either. And on this side is a lemon ricotta cookie glazed. It's if you like lemons, that's the cookie for you.
Terrific. Dave, if memory serves me, weren't you instrumental in getting this whole IronChef thing going last year? How did this whole thing come about? We know that it's to help fund the Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation, but how did the whole thing get started?
I approached Aaron and his group. They had just come together, and we also were starting the school year with almost an entirely new administrative team, interim superintendent, several new principals, right on down the line. So I approached Aaron with an idea to have a meet and greet like this, and we ran with it. It was quite popular last year, so here we are today.
Well, Aaron was telling us a little bit earlier that they've already started their first cycle of grants, and I think he said they'll be awarding several, if not 5, grants pretty soon to teachers. So you folks must be pretty pleased about that.
Yeah, it's a great thing. I think that this event was one of the first fundraising events that started off the foundation, and I was really honored when Aaron asked if we would, could do it again. So I was very happy to volunteer again.
Terrific. Thanks so much. All right, next we have Lakeville Selectman John Powderly. And John, what do you think about this event and how it supports FLEF?
I think this is a great event. It's a great social event where we get to see everyone, and the food is also great. And they do a great job, and going to give out some good scholarship money and get some good grant money too. So they do a great job.
Terrific. Thank you so much, Mr. Powderly. Enjoy. We are here with Representative Keiko Oral, who represents part of Lakeville. And Representative Oral, what's your opinion about the IronChef event and that it supports the Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation?
I think it's an excellent idea. The Freetown Lakeville Educational Foundation is going great guns, and I think that this represents innovative thinking. It's a great event. We've got the administrators participating. I've only been able to sample 2 tables. I'm pacing myself, and I'm looking forward to having some more delicious food. So I think it's great.
Terrific. Thank you so much. And here we have Apponequet's librarian, Mrs. Laurie Belanger. Mrs. Belanger, what do you have to say about the event?
My mouth is on fire. They've really kicked it up a notch, and I just am pacing myself as well because I've already gone down 4 tables, and I'm halfway to the corner, so it's delicious and it's so much fun. What else is really terrific is that it coincided so nicely because we have a French student who is visiting us tonight, and she is able to sample all these different foods, and she had terrible airplane food, so this is really terrific to have, lots of different things.
Is there any good airplane food? maybe in first class, but I wouldn't know. and last but not least, we have Mrs. Brenda Levin, who is here. Mrs. Levin, what do you have to say about this event?
Oh, I think it's a lot of fun, a lot of good food, and it's fun to see the administrators having fun and not being so serious for a change.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be tough to judge.
All right, folks, next we're here with Maureen Candido, a member of the Lakeville Finance Committee, who's out here giving some of the treats a taste. Maureen, what do you have to say about this this event, especially since it funds the Freetown Lakeville Education Foundation?
It's a great cause to support, and we're happy to do it. I have 2 little ones in the school system, and anything I can do to support the schools, I come out and try to get to, as long as it doesn't interfere with cheer practice.
Can't do that, for sure. Thank you so much.